My name is John Farrell, and I'm here to conduct an interview with Jonathan and Crystal, the creators of the home haunt known as Bernie Baxter. And my first question is simply, who is Bernie Baxter?
Well, Bernie Baxter obviously is the titular character of the haunt. He is a carny barker from around about 150 years ago, who, for reasons not known, may be revealed later, maybe not, comes back once a year and brings back some of New Orleans' greatest villains to wreak a little havoc on the unsuspecting populace.
Does the inspirations of the backline stories come from true crime elements of New Orleans, or do you make them up?
We try to do a mix,
Yeah.
I would say. Some of it comes from, New Orleans history is so rich with horrible, messed up things that happen at various points. We could do this for probably a century and find different stories.
Yeah, just based off of New Orleans alone, but we also sometimes just think of weird things to do and try to make it seem real.
You know, we like that little bit of connection to New Orleans lore, so it gives a little believability, but we always make it our own and go our own direction.
Mm-hmm.
Since Bernie Baxter is a home haunt, what do the neighbors think?
We work very hard to keep the neighbors happy. That is one of the year-round jobs, sort of, for us.
Right.
Every year, right around the 1st of October, we bring them goodie bags, we tell them what's going on, we introduce Ellie and the other people that are on our road crew so they know who to go to if there's an issue. And all in all, those efforts seem to have paid off.
Yeah, they seem to really enjoy what we do.
You know, for many years, our neighbors here would sit in the backyard and sip wine and watch people come running out of the haunt and just laugh and laugh. So
Right.
the neighbors seem to enjoy it.
How many people visit your attraction per season?
Last year we broke 1,000.
Yeah,
So
and we usually get between 800 and 1,000. Last year we broke 1,000, and we can't get many more, honestly.
no,
we're
that was
we're
crazy.
maxing out our throughput.
Yeah.
How did you two get started in the haunted house industry?
We started right after Hurricane Katrina. We were back in the city. We had a home. At that point, we were living in Algiers Point. We're now elsewhere in Algiers. But yeah, we looked around and there wasn't anything to do for Halloween. There were kids in the neighborhood, so we did something. And all we had that year was our front porch, our teeny tiny front yard, and a lot of ambition.
Yeah, one drop panel.
One drop panel and a lot of 2x2 and tarp, because that was all that was
Yeah.
available in the city.
When do you start building all the scenes for the upcoming season?
Year round.
Yeah,
When we never stop building to start it.
right. Yeah, planning for next year is already going on.
Yeah, planning, everything begins right as one season ends, another begins for us. We're always going over what worked, what didn't work, starting some builds, tearing things out. It's immediate.
Yeah.
Tell me about your earliest childhood memories of Halloween and how you fell in love with ghosts and goblins.
Well, for me, obviously, Halloween was always as big of a holiday as Christmas. As crazy as that sounds for a kid, but I loved dressing up in a costume. I loved going trick-or-treating, and then when I got too old for trick-or-treating, I was so scared that meant the end of Halloween. I was wrecked with that fear, and my dad's like, well, I guess you're with me now. Like, what are we gonna do? Well, I don't know. And so we started working every year to scare people, scare the trick-or-treaters, and put on a little show for them, and it just kept escalating, and then you find yourself in your 30s in your garage with a 5-room haunted house.
What are the factors that you think makes a haunted house scary?
Lowering people's expectations and then surprising them. I think that's the biggest.
That's what we do, definitely.
Yeah.
But to me, the surprise element is the core of it. I mean,
Yeah.
you can go through the biggest, bloodiest, goriest haunt and not get a reaction out of me at all. I mean, I watch horror movies all day, every day, but a good distract and startle, that'll get you every time. I mean, it's a matter of finding ways to bring in something unexpected to the table.
Do you build your own props or do you purchase them from vendors?
We build
can't-
most of it.
We can't afford to use vendors. We
Right.
build about 95% of things, and we buy as little as we can.
Yeah.
Do you change your theme every year?
Yep.
Yes, we.
We might not do full tear downs, like the layout, the structure might be the same, but every panel, every scene gets touched and changed around.
Yes, and the story changes too, and all of the stories can be found online.
Yeah.
Do you believe that is the formula of Bernie Baxter's success?
It's definitely a part of it. Also, I think it's the fact we've had such good longevity. I mean, like I said, I've been doing it
Right.
since 2005. People have come to know us, and every year now, and it's making me feel old because people are like, "This was my first haunt, and now it's going to be my kid's first." I'm like, "Oh, you don't tell me that."
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, make us feel old.
What is your favorite part of it all?
the smiles,
Yeah, the smiles,
the
giving
reactions.
people. You know, this is our legacy in a lot of ways, and you, like he was talking about, with families coming through and then growing up and bringing their kids, it's just heartwarming.
And that's one of the things. I work in front of house, so I get to see people as they're leaving,
Right.
whether they're running or sauntering out or whatever, and I get to see their faces lit up and giggling and laughing, and that's when it becomes really worthwhile. All the frustration, swearing, bleeding, everything that takes place over the preceding months, that's when it becomes worth it.
What has been your craziest incident? Was it a visitor? Was it the weather? Something that was completely unexpected.
Okay, so for me, and I think it's probably yours too, was the night the lights went out.
Oh God, I was at the edge of the street, and I see, and it's weird. You think like a power outage, like everything goes out at once. That's not what happens. I see a house go out, and the next house, and the next house, and the next, and it goes all the way around the court, and we just go totally dark. I'm like, the hell? And
Yep.
Crystal's like on the radio, like, I think we blew a fuse.
Yeah.
Like, no, that ain't that.
Yeah.
The whole neighborhood's dark, and so.
So then I run inside and grab all the flashlights I can find because we're doing flashlight night now.
And right as she comes out with the flashlights, like an armload of them, a van pulls up, and they roll down the window. Oh no, they ain't got no power. They can't do the haunt. And I run up and I have a flashlight and bang on the window. We got flashlights though. We can run this thing. We'll make it happen. The kids came through and they loved it. And then the power came on. They got to go through it twice because
Right.
we couldn't deny them the full experience.
Yeah.
How many actors perform at Bernie Baxter?
It depends on the year. We started out with just 2, and now we're up to about a dozen.
Yeah, we keep about a dozen. Halloween night, we keep extra people in costume because we need the road crew, we need the trick-or-treat area, so that adds 3 to 4 people.
Right.
Inside the haunt, usually we have between 8 and 10.
Yeah.
What are the logistics and challenges of wardrobe and actor placement?
There's a lot of logistics involved.
It's herding cats, I think, is one of the things. The first thing is you have to recruit. You have to constantly be recruiting
Right.
because people are not going to show up or people aren't going to be able to make it next year. So you have to constantly be recruiting.
Yeah.
That's one. 2 is working with everyone's schedule. Sometimes you have people that really want to do it, but they need transportation assistance. So you've got to pull all that together. And it's also the issue of just trying to keep everyone here, keep everyone fed, keep everyone happy with the roles they're doing and the scares they're getting. And as long as everyone's happy, on the actor side, it's a win.
Right.
Basically what we try to do is we try to take a professional big haunt like you would see anywhere else, but just do it on a smaller scale. We've got about 525 square feet. It's 5 rooms, but we try to make every square inch of this count. So expect a short, but hopefully very intense and very professional experience.
Right.
Unfortunately, this year we're not going to be able to open.
Yeah.
And it's not due to lack of desire or lack of work or lack of anything. It's because there's road construction going on and we will not have a road come Halloween
Right.
in the way it looks.
Yeah. So safety always comes first here.
Yes.
When you come in here, we do our best to keep you safe. Getting here is going to be a challenge this year, so we're just not going to open.
Yeah, when you get about 800 people in one night, oftentimes, many of them children or young teens, and they're in the street congregating.
Right.
It's just not safe for them. And we're very proud of our safety record. We've probably
Yeah.
put 10,000 people through this haunt. We've never had to break out the first aid kit for a visitor.
No.
And actors, those are a different matter.
Yeah.
Actors going to be actors, but for the visitors, it's always been a perfectly smooth, safe
And that is on the
experience.
actors.
Yeah.
That is on the actors. That's not on the way that we built the scares for them.
We make the scare safe, I
Yeah.
promise. but actors are going to be actors. You can't control that one.
Right.
Before we wrap up, is there anything you would like to add?
Just that haunting in general, I think, for both the people doing the haunting and the people visiting the haunt, it's meant to be fun. always keep that in mind. This is supposed to be fun. If it's not fun, it's not worth doing. It certainly isn't worth paying money to do, paying money for. As long as it's fun, and as long as everyone's enjoying themselves, I think haunting is a beautiful and wonderful thing, and that's just the way it should be.
I would like to take this moment to personally thank Jonathan and Crystal for taking their time out of their busy schedules to help us understand the shadows and secrets of the haunted house world. Bernie Baxter is located at 44 Vivian Court, New Orleans, Louisiana, 70131. You can visit them online at berniebaxter.com.